What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a market analysis for the Digimon TCG like we do every Friday here. We're here to look at prices, here to make predictions, and kind of tell you what might be a good idea to buy, what might be a good idea to sell, what, maybe you should wait a while and see what happens. But we're going to look at some pricing here. We're going to look at some pricing from, I think, like EX6 and BT17, a whole bunch of different pricing. But we're going to look at that stuff. We're also going to look at some pre-release pricing on EX7 as well as the starter decks, ST18 and 19. There's going to be, we're technically at release day, or the initial release day. Of course, it was delayed by a week. So this is kind of like pre-release period, because there's other places like Europe and stuff like that. They're going to get this stuff that's going to affect the market early on. So there's kind of going to be some almost like pre-release prices, even though no one in North America can really get anything unless you got someone from Europe or somewhere like that shipping to you. So right now we're waiting for the release still here in North America, but there is kind of like a pricing market going on these cards. So we're going to take a look at that and just see what we think about the early prices for EX7. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Without further ado, let's get into it here. We are looking at our Liberator cards, the promotion cards. You have the promotion campaign cards. We've been watching this one here. Looks like Terramon's kind of cooling off here. It was up around $60. It's going back down to like 40. So there's some of a cool off period. Plus this week you're going to have more of a chance to get them at that Bandai convention. The Card Fest in Dallas. Shumon's still holding around what it's been $30. You got the other cards, the original Terramon's still like $35. Shumon's 27, 18 for the Tamer. He's only 8, but he also has the Evo Cup one, so that's probably why. Original Shumon's 12. If you can get a pack, it's $20. So that's actually pretty good. Considering a lot of these cards are over $20. I mean, there's a few hits you wouldn't want like those guys because, like I said, they were reprinted. There's also, the Digimon Liberator promotion that's going to be basically out at the conventions right now. They're going to be giving out this Digimon Liberator promotion, so which is just a full art of P151. We have Imperial Digimon Paladin mode. We look at this card a lot of the times because it's such a versatile card. It's come down quite a bit. It had a little bit of a bump there and just kind of continued to trend down at around $53 to $55. A long way from its like 150 start, but yeah, it's finally coming down. But the Super is still a decent price. If you have Supers to sell, $13, that's not bad. And that's one thing too, is we're going to be looking at some of the super, like we always look at the price of the alternates to kind of give you a price of like the expensive cards. But we're going to look at some of the supers today, just to see like which supers are good and which ones are cheap to buy and stuff like that. This is $13. This is a good sell still for a super. A lot of supers, a lot of the time, sell for under $5. So this is still good money to be made on this set if you buy cards like this. If you pull cards like this. Of course, there's Lucemon with BT18/19 looming. We're going to be looking into Lucemon a lot more. This card kind of like started to go down. I think there was like a dip right here, and then it climbed all the way back up and is back at around $63 to $65. Yeah, this card's going to, I think, go crazy. It's already gone crazy, so it's a good time to sell. Pyldramon, the regular foil, still $28 for the super. Like, this makes buying BT16 kind of worthwhile. The fact that you get $30, like a quarter of your box, can be covered by this card here. So that's just, yeah. We have Ancient Garurumon, not as good, still $10 super. And the deck's still doing really great, so yeah, definitely I would sell them. But even like as a buyer, That's not bad. I'm going to buy that for $10. I think it was 27 at pre-release. After pre-release, actually, it went up. People thought it was going to go down, and a lot of people sold for less than they could have. And then it pumped up, just kind of like Lucemon did in EX6. So, yeah, there's still good price, but at the same time, it's still good to sell. So, no, this is one that the alts are around $40, but the foil, the regular foil, is $4. So if this is a decent deck. It's topped. It's been a part of the meta. $4, you can't go wrong with that, and especially if you're trying to build like a meta relevant deck for on a budget. Kazuchimon, I was actually surprised he was higher, about $8, because I know the Fenrir Lugamon Takamizuchi is a good deck, and I don't know if I've ever seen it in a top list, but it's got a lot of potential, and you need this card and stuff like that. And yeah, eight's not bad to buy this. You do gotta buy the secrets, but honestly, the secrets aren't even that expensive too. So. Omnimon Ace for the Omnimon Warp Digivolve deck. It's going to come down here. Lots of listings here for about $28 to $30. It's come down a little bit. I think that at the heyday it was mostly $48. So this has kind of been sticking around here for a while. So this card's been consistently around $30, which isn't a bad, alternate. There's worse. We got Wormmon. I always do Wormmon because I'm waiting for this guy to come down in price, but there's no listings. So like I said, until they, give more of this stuff out, I was hoping they were going to give this out at the fest, so there'd be more copies on the market, but I haven't seen any promotional support saying that they're going to do that. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see any more. For right now, we might see some at Nationals, because that's when they gave out more VMons last year at Nats. The Gen Con VMon, and so then that flooded the market, and then there was lots. So yeah, I think we'll have to wait and see. Diaboromon, this is something I was like, because Diaboromon hasn't done a huge amount. Like it's really cool that we had the support for it, but I don't think it's really topped a lot from the events I've seen anyways. But $17, $18 for the super. Yep. I think it's like 27 for the alt. Let me go here and look here. 27. So just $10 more for the alt. That's pretty good value, honestly. We're looking at Takato from BT17. It's around $20. It's kind of caved from its original 60. Now this is a card that's good too. I expect this to come down a little bit more because we have the Halloween promo coming out, and that's gonna probably bring this down a little bit because there's more ways to get an alternate version of this, although this is way nicer, I feel, than the Halloween version, but it definitely will affect it, so just keep an eye on this because this will probably come down. Same going for Rika. Rika is another Halloween promo. You could potentially see this going down a little bit, so if you're waiting and you don't really want to pay over 20 for EX2 Rikas, maybe just wait to see what happens once copies of the Halloween promo start going out. We have the Event Pack 7 cards because we're now in Wave 3, and we're going to have some Wave 3 events. We're just looking at the end of the event, not Event Pack 7, Event Pack 6. We're in Event Pack 7 at the end of this month with our first event, although there's other events, I think, like at the Card Fest, that'll be really the first events for Event Pack 7. But we're looking at the kind of the end of the life of Event Pack 6 here. You look at most of these cards, and they're mostly under $1 to $2 on most of the stuff here. These 7 cards, and then there's only 2 left. And it's Belphemon and Dark Knightmon. And honestly, I thought that Belphemon would win out because it was always the most expensive card from the get-go. But we see here Dark Knightmon, $16. So it actually went back up, I think. So that is the undisputed winner of Event Pack 6. For $16, it's not a lot. So they did drop quite a bit. We have Magnamon here. We're looking at Magnamon. again, because it's still relevant to the meta. Armor still does really well. It's come down a long way, but still $78 to $80 a pop is still a hard pill for the alt. And I mean the regulars got to be up there like between 50 and 60 here. Like, so it's an expensive deck to build basically. Let's see here, $40, a little bit less than I thought, but $40 is still a lot, especially when you need 4 of this. That's starting your deck out at $120. Not to mention, depending on which variant you're playing, Magnet Mons can still be expensive. So yeah, no, that. And then Rapid Mon's the other one. It's come down a long way too, but it's like still $50 for the alts. You know, so there's really good value in a box of BT16 because even the secrets have such great value to them. So yeah, no, BT16, you know. There's other sets I'm not too sure, like, that aren't going to age very well, but BT16 has aged very well. So if you're looking at getting into the game for the first time, I would honestly say buy a box of BT16 to start. I mean, it's only a couple sets old, and it's still got a lot of relevant cards, like Imperial Dramon. Super relevant. Here we are with the pre-sale stuff. We have the ST... 18 stuff. I like the Zephagamon is kind of in there, shoehorned in there, but there's no real pricing right now on this stuff other than you know, the $30 for the starter deck. I find that's hilarious. $30. I want to know what the market value of that is. Like, I want to know like what the MSRP of this is, because I feel like starter decks were $20 before. If they're actually selling for 30, I hope this is just a stupid pre-sale price, and I hope that no one buys it. Why would you buy something you can buy in a store and has the same stuff and everything for $10 more? That just seems nuts. Of course, we have as well, same thing here. Not even any pricing on that. Oh, there we go. It's at $30 again. I'm hoping that's just a stupid pre-release price. Which doesn't make any sense, because I don't know why you would price anything on this above MSRP of what you can get it from your local store. That to me is just a little bit nuts, but that's just my opinion here. And then, of course, we have the end of the video. We're looking at the EX7 stuff. There's a lot of pricing in there. You see, you got your Vortex Resonance, $45. That's actually not a bad starting point. That is not the alternate. That's the regular art. Hexablau regular art for $20. I mean, so there's some things high there. $50 for the regular art. Beelstarmon, that seems pretty. You know, most of the supers are coming out to, you know, looking at them, and they're $15 to $20 and stuff like that. So that makes sense. Oh, heavy metals, 10. Yeah. I just don't think the deck's got enough support. Metallic Dramon, Saber Leomon, there's Magna Kidmon. A lot of the Gun Dramons are like 5 or less. So that's interesting. A lot of pages in here. And then, like, I don't know if they are showing the alts in here. Like, there's at least a bunch of pages. I hate it because whenever it's on pre-release, you tell it to put high to low, but they still put all the alts at the back, even if the prices are, you know, like super. The other thing too is, like, I wonder if it's going to show those foil versions, because there's supposed to be like a foil version of each. Oh, you're right here, Gekomon foil. No, of course, no pricing and stuff like that. I really hope. And I mean, I guess we'll see if there's anybody in the UK doing EX5 box openings today. We'll see if it's going to be like, I heard that this is going to be like 1 per 2 or 2 per case, which is awful. Like, why, you know, at least make it a couple per box. I was hoping it would be like BT11, where in every pack, one of your rares is a foil, common or uncommon, because that would have been nice. Because making these like super hard to pull is actually just kind of a dick move. Because like here's this nice card, but you'll never get it, and now the price of it's going to be ludicrous. And you can see you have your alts here, and there's no pricing right now. I don't think there's going to be probably any pricing on any of them. Yeah, there's pretty much no pricing on anything. They're just kind of doing the base pricing on the regular cards and the regular supers here. So that is all we can share really about EX7 in this kind of like pre-release period that's not a pre-release period. So gives you kind of an idea of where things are going to kind of set themselves up at. You know, if this stuff here is, if this stuff here is, $50, the alts are probably, I bet the alts around this is going to be around 60. That's going to be a little bit higher, around 80. I mean, I could be wrong. You got these cards here that they're kind of telling. When you have like $15 to $20 supers, you're probably looking at a $40 to $50 alt. Whereas when you have the lower ones, the $5 ones, the $10 ones, you're probably looking at these ones here will be a lot less. But you're looking at these guys here probably being somewhere between $25 and $30 for the alt to start out with. So at least you can do that with supers. You can't really do that with rares because their alt is just like is a bonus, basically, the fact that they made it an alt, whereas like a super is like, oh, you can get a nicer, more foily version. So no, and then of course $112 a box, which is already not that bad. It's close to $100 per box. So depending on what the cards are worth, that's and then of course you have your case, you have your little pull rate depending on what the prices are going to be. So those I feel like are going to start pretty high. I feel like X-Antibody might start around $1,000, maybe less, 800. Whereas a lot of the other guys are going to be in that still like that $200 to $400 range, depending on how good the deck is. Obviously, Zephikamon, I think, and then of course there's Beelstar, Ace, and Shumon are going to be pretty expensive. I feel like the cheapest one is going to be the Heavy Metal Dramon, just because I feel like this deck doesn't have as much support. I know there's good support for a deck like this, but there's not an amazing, like, multiple lines of support dedicated to this deck like there is for Shumon, Terramon, and even Three Musketeers. So that's why I feel like about that. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Tell me what you think about this market analysis. Did we do well? Are we on point with our prices? And what do you think about the analysis for EX7 a week before it releases? Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.